Hi everyone, here's the Book Chemist once again, and today I'm reviewing Lovecraft Unbound, a collection of short stories with a Lovecraftian setting and vibe by a plethora actually of internationally acclaimed writers, edited by Ellen Datlow, who herself won a fuckload of international prizes, including the World Fantasy Award. Now, I've talked extensively about Lovecraft on this channel. He is one of my favorite writers in many ways, in significant ways. He is my favorite writer of all times, somehow, in a way. I've talked about his fiction proper, I've talked about Lovecraftian games, I've talked about Lovecraftian literature in general, and of course when you tell me about an anthology with stories by so many different writers coming from different areas, different genres, all writing Lovecraftian fiction, I'm automatically in. That's my kind of shit. Is Lovecraft about what I was expecting it to be? Is it as awesome as the premises make it look? No, it's not. It's a very hit or miss collection, and it misses quite a few times. Its main problem is that for a collection called Lovecraft Unbound with the motherfucking HP on the cover like this, it's not as Lovecraftian as you would expect. In the introduction, the editor Ellen Datlow actually talks about how she did not want the collection to be overtly Lovecraftian and to have too many tentacles and those kinds of things, even though to me the whole idea that Lovecraftian fiction is about tentacles completely misses the point, but I think she shares my point of view. She wanted it to be lo-fi Lovecraftian, as I get it. And some stories achieve that very beautifully, but some stories completely miss the point and are not Lovecraftian in any way. They are weird science fiction, they are general horror, I don't know where the writers thought the Lovecraftian points in them were. In a comment to one of my videos, a guy said something that I believe to be very true. This guy said that to him, Lovecraftian horror is not a subgenre of contemporary horror, but that it is the stuff, it is horror today. And all other forms of horror are actually subgenres of Lovecraftian horror. And I believe that deeply to be completely and absolutely true. And yet somehow the authors in this collection often failed to me to convey in which ways their fiction was, the depths their fiction, these stories owed to Lovecraft's stuff. The hidden horrors of reality, the horrors of scientific discovery and rational thought, the way in which a rational approach to an event slowly leads the main character to unspeakable horrors, all of these are conveyed in some of these stories very beautifully, but others kind of miss the point. Even the stories who are Lovecraftian 100% so, some of them are not as good as others. Also, I think because this collection shows very much that it is a collection by genre writers. I mean, you have Joyce Carol Oates, Michael Chabon, the others are all, I think, 100% genre authors. Correct me if I'm wrong, if you know any of these and you think I'm wrong. And I think the collection as a whole, the anthology as a whole, would have been made better had the editor contacted some author from other genres. I'm not necessarily talking about literary fiction, I'm even talking about, I don't know, crime, I'm talking about whatever the fuck, even romance, stuff like that. I'll keep it very brief. Do I recommend Lovecraft Unbound? No, not really. If you are looking for a collection of all of horror stories, some of which are Lovecraftian, some of which are not really, by a cast of whole-star writers, I actually strongly suggest you read McSweeney's amazing, astounding, Enchanted Chamber of Astonishing Stories. This collection is solid as fuck. The cast here is actually a really all-star, like all the best living writers are here. There's Stephen King in here, there's Jonathan Lethem, there's David Mitchell, there's Eilert Waldman, there's fucking everybody. The quality is astounding. There's Joyce Carol Oates in here. By the way, small note, Joyce Carol Oates is the fucking OG. I mean, I haven't approached her fiction yet, not really. I've only read a few of her stories. Also because her production kind of scares me. She's written like, what, 90,000 books? But what I've read of hers is fucking disturbing. She's really, Stephen King might be the king of contemporary horror. Joyce Carol Oates, I think she's the fucking empress. Really though, the Enchanted Chamber of Astonishing Stories, if you're into contemporary fiction that blurs genre boundaries, that is literary but also genre, this is basically your wet dream wrapped in a very awesome cover. If you find Lovecraft Unbound at a second-hand bookstore for like $2, then do pick it up, and I suggest you read the following stories, which deserved 1 star in my the table of contents. You probably can't see the stars anyway. I suggest you read The Den of Celestial Birds by Brian Evenson, Sight Unseen by Joel Lane, Cold Water Survival by Holly Phillips, Come Lurk With Me and Be My Love by William Browning Spencer, Houses Under the Sea by Caitlin Kiernan, this sounds boring, but Lang by Mark Laidlaw, that's one awesome, One Day Soon by Levi Tidhar, Maria Knox by Gemma Files, and Catch Hell by Laird Barron. These ones are awesome. The others are expendable. Except, of course, for Fucking in the Black Mill by Michael Chabon, which is pretty much the best short story written by what I think is the best writer living today, and Commencement by Joyce Carol Oates, which will haunt your nightmares for a few weeks. It haunted mine for a while. That's it. If you have read Lovecraft Unbound, if you have strong opinions on it, if you think I'm wrong, do let me know in the comments by all means. If you are a fan of any of these other writers and you would like to suggest me stuff in which they shine more than in Lovecraft Unbound, that's welcome. Thanks a lot for watching once again, guys. Bye, guys.